I'd like to talk about ANTLR4 and how to use it with Typescript and how to set it up in Visual Studio Code. I wrote this article. I will put the URL of this article into the description for this video. And here I've got all the steps which you can follow and set up everything in Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's start. First of all, let's create a folder. Let's put here 2. And now let's go into this folder. Okay, we're inside. Now let's do npm init in this folder. Done. And now let's install Typescript and tsnode. Now let's init Typescript config. Done. And now let's add this line console log hi into index.ts file. And now let's open it in Visual Studio Code and see what we've got. And now what we've got our project. Here we've got our hi command. The next thing, we need to add here the start command to be able to run our script like this. And now let's try to run it. npm run start, and then we will see the hi output. So everything is fine. Okay, let's continue. The next thing, we need to create a file called a CMA script that will be the grammar which I'm going to use. Let's go to Visual Studio Code. Here is the file. G4 means that it's ANTLR file grammar. And now I'm going to take the grammar of eCMA script from a library of grammar files for ANTLR. You can find it here, so I will copy it. And then I will paste it over here. Okay, this one is done. The next step which we should take, we need to install ANTLR extension. For me it's already installed over here, but how to install it? You go to settings, extensions, then you find here ANTLR, and then there will be install. So and you install it. After it, if you open eCMA script grammar file and go to ANTLR extension, you will be able to see information about this file. The next thing what we can do, we can actually try to run something with this file. So we can, for example, create a file called input.txt. We can write here, for example, var e equals 0, and then we can try to see if this line is correct according to our grammar file. How to do it? First, go to run and debug and create launch.json file. We choose here Node.js. Now we go back to our file over here, to our article. And then what we need to find? We need to find this one. And then let's change this launch.json file with the one which I've got in my article. So what it says? So it says that we use grammar eCMA script J4, and the input file is input.txt, which we just created. And now we can push the debug button and see what we've got here. So our code is fine, and here we can see the tree, how it was parsed. Okay, so this one is working. Now what we want to do, we want to call our parsers from our code. How to do it? Let's close everything first over here. And then let's return to our article. The next step, what we have to do, we need to set up some settings. So we go to Visual Studio Code. We open settings. And here we've got settings for ANTLR. We can over here, and then we will have here generation over here. So these are generation settings. You will have different settings if you just installed it, but you can use my settings because first of all, I'm using the latest file over here. You need to download it from ANTLR project. So if, for example, you go here, ANTLR org, download over here. And then you can download the latest file, put it somewhere, and provide the path over here to this file. Also, if you want to generate listeners and visitors, the mode should be external. The mode should be external. Now I chose output 0 over here generated. And then, for example, if you change something, in the grammar file, then you will see that now we've got listeners, we've got lexers, we've got parsers. The only problem about it all that it's got lots of errors, and then I wasn't able to fix it. That's why I stopped using this jar file, and I decided to use ANTLR4 TS. And that's how I use ANTLR with TypeScript and Visual Studio Code. Okay, so how to do it? Okay, let's delete this folder. Let's go back to settings. First of all, we need to disable automatic generation. Should be none, so we don't use anymore this jar file. The next step, what we've got to do, let's go to our article. That's where I wrote that it's not working. We need to install globally ANTLR4 TS CLI. Let's install it. Okay, done. And now we can use this command to generate our scripts. Let's do it. And now you see we generated new scripts. Let's have a look at it. And now, as you can see, we do not have any errors in our files. And what we can do, we can go to index.tsx and write this code to be able to work with our grammar files. Let's change it. Here is the code. So what we are doing here, we take this expression, we create lexer, then parser, and then we parse into a tree, and then we log the tree. Let's try to run it, npm run start. And as you can see, we are able to see the parser and our tree. That's it for the video. Hopefully it will be useful for you. Bye bye.